Hey! It's the noon train on time?
Supposed to be.
Feels like it's time.
Fair enough.
BBN Jackfruits. What's up, party people? How's everybody doing? I'm hoping everybody's having a beautiful day. First thing I'm going to say is we got to, I can't decide because they flips is the angles on me. So left is right and right is left. So first thing I'm going to say is we had a live stream last night, middle of the night. It was gaming. I had the wrong photo up there. It was of Donald Trump. I need to go fix that. Matter of fact, I should have fixed that before the show started. Today, just so we can be clear, I'm going to fix that at some time during the show. Don't worry, you probably wouldn't even notice. Today, just so we can be, just so you can know what we're going to be talking about, we're going to be talking about Republicans and lower taxes versus the Dems. I need for people to understand this. The Republicans want to lower taxes for everyone. The Dems are trying to tell you that that's not what they're doing. They're only trying to save their friends' money. Even though we can all see, everyone paying attention can see where the taxes cuts are happening. The Democrats are telling their people that actually other things are going to happen. And this is why I keep telling you, and I just want to be clear about this. This is why I keep telling you, in a couple of years maybe, and pardon me, it's going to take quite a few years for the Democrats to win the presidency back. Because I know they think people are stupid, but the majority of people are not stupid. The other thing we're going to be discussing today is how Dems only want Americans arrested. I am so beside myself because I constantly hear these Democrats talking about stop arresting illegals and arrest Americans because they also commit crimes. But you don't want to arrest the illegals that commit crimes, only the Americans that commit crimes. I need to understand how you people vote for Democrats. Please put it in the comment section. Also, not all Democrats are on this type of time. It's the leaders of their party, the Hakeem Jeffries, the Chuck Schumers, the Nancy Pelosi's. It's the leaders of their parties. It's not them. Just so we can be clear. And there are a ton of Democrats, because remember, we just had a vote where I think 4 Democrats voted with the Republicans and not along party lines. So there are Democrats that are, you know, if it wasn't career suicide, they would 100% go against the party. But if they do, it's going to be career suicide. And we're going to start the show off talking about how the Ukraine has bombed Moscow. So I almost had a clip for it. I wasn't able to save the clip. And today we're going to say shout out to all our, why the hell is that not showing? And today we're going to say shout out to all of the ladies out there, glutes and boots. If you know what that means. We're going to say shout out to all the ladies out there, glutes and boots. We got our queens icon up today. All our queens out there. Queens can only be born female also, by the way. So this is, I'm not trying to knock you dudes out there that, you know, whatever. But this is specifically for women that were born with a vagina, not women that was born, well, only women are born with a vagina. Anyway. So shout out to everybody else. I'm not trying to dog you, but respect what I'm doing. I want to show y'all something real quick. We're going to talk about this Moscow thing. Well, it's real long, so I'm just going to say a thing. Why is it every single time the Democrats want to do something, it's okay, but if anyone else wants to do it, it's not? We're going to have this conversation a little bit later. Just so we could be clear. I want to know. I'm curious. Why every time the Democrats do something, it's... Hold on, I got the wrong thing. Oh, I see what happened. Right. I want to know. I'm curious. Why when the Democrats do something, it's always... Why is that not switching? Why when the Democrats do something, it's always cool. But if anyone else in the world wants to do it, then there's a problem. I'm curious about that. Anyway. So let's... I want to go to our... Look up the bombing real quick. And all right, I'm in the right one. I want the war to be over. I just want to be clear on this. I want the war to be over. What the fuck? I want the war to be over. I am not one of those people that's like, whose side are you on? I'm on the side of the people. And I don't think I put an E when I wrote the name. I'm on the side of the people. As long as there's war, you know, people are dying. Also, if you look at the situation that they're saying in Ukraine, if they have to kidnap people to go fight on their front lines, you do understand what that means, right? I know a lot of people don't understand what that means, but if they have to kidnap, they're running out of Ukrainian men. Now, I keep hearing about how Ukraine, Nazi, all this other stuff, whatever. I also hear that Ukrainian women love black men. So I just want to be clear on that. So I want to say something. I'm against war. It's a shame that when you say that you're against war nowadays, people just assume that you're for this party or for that party. No, I'm against the war. I want the war to stop. I want people to stop losing their lives. Donald Trump went to Zelensky and basically said, yo, look, I basically have a sort of an agreement on the table with Putin, and we can end this war today. And what did Zelensky say, basically? That he wasn't interested in ending the war. They were interested in fighting. Zelensky is not the president over there. All right? He's just a figurehead. He's just the person that they have in charge right now, running everything. He has a boss. His boss is not Ukrainian 9 times out of 10. It's just some other random person around the world that also is the boss of like 6 or 7 other people that's running other governments. All right? He is not the boss. The boss told him, or the committee of bosses told him, that he cannot make a deal with Trump to solve the problems of war. And since he decided to side with these people, every single person right now that loses their life, you can realistically blame the Democratic Party and the European Union. Realistically. Now, with that being said, let's get to this. All right, so NBC says Kiev launches largest drone attack on Moscow as Ukraine and U.S. try diplomacy. Trump is not entering us in any wars. These people want non-stop, everlasting wars. I want people to stop dying. I want the Ukrainian people to stop dying. I want the Russian people to stop dying. I want people to stop dying. Not over war, not over this foolishness, not over something like this, not over people wanting to get rich. And just so we could be clear, the only people that seem to be having only people that seem to have a horse in this race in America is Democrats. Just so we could be clear. I want the war to be over. I want people to stop dying. It's crazy. Because when you say that to the wrong person, you say that to a Democrat, the first thing they're going to do is start attacking Trump. Like, I need to know why Democrats are the way that they are. I'm just so curious. Secret Service shoots armed man near White House. That happened a couple of days ago. Let's read some of this. So this is an article, and whoever's writing the article seemed like they're in Saudi Arabia, or they apparently. Anyway, I don't know. As modern, what the hell? As America and Ukrainian officials meet Tuesday, in Saudi Arabia for talks on ending Russia's invasion, Kyiv and Moscow were counting the cost from a night of firing hundreds of missiles and drones at each other. So they both fired drones at each other. I would like to know who fired first. Hopefully they tell us. Russia resumes its almost nightly strikes on Ukraine. So Russia has just been bombing Ukraine, whose defenses shot down 114 drones. Ukraine officials said, but less familiar was the massive wave of drones Kyiv launched at Moscow, which Russian authorities said was the largest such attack on the capital and surrounding areas. So they're just still warring over there. They're running out of people to Ukraine. Trump tried to give them a reprieve, and they're just not interested. My fault for the audio playing. I keep forgetting. Oh, good, it was muted. So Trump tried to give them a reprieve, and they didn't want it. And I believe the reason why the war is still going on is because the people who are the bosses, what up, washable marker? Because the people who are the bosses of Zelensky told him that he cannot have peace. We just can't do that. We can only have peace under these if we win. They're not even in the position to be telling people anything. But, you know, we can only have peace and if we win. If we don't win, then there can't be peace. Meaning we can't meet in the middle. We have to win. We can't come to any type of agreement. So I'm going to say something. I have people in my life that I just don't talk to anymore. And there's always some kind of person that don't know no better. And whenever they hear that I don't talk to a certain individual, they're like, oh man, I got to get them back together. And I'm going to tell you more in a lot, not all the time, but in a lot of instances, that's Satan talking. God doesn't say that we have to go around people that have done us wrong. God says just to forgive them and to move on. How can you move on from a person that's abusing you, that won't stop abusing you? You have to leave their presence. So I'm saying and this is the thing that kills me. That's why all y'all people out there that think that y'all, you know what, I'm going to reconnect those people together, and you trying to, like, let's say somebody is a rapist and then they have a victim and you trying to reconnect those two people. You understand how foolish that sounds? That sounds like insanity, doesn't it? That person, you scrape that person for years, but we gonna figure out how we gonna get those two together in the room and talk it out. You see how insane that sounds? That sounds insane, don't it? Now, just replace that with abuse in general. While rape is obviously like the worst abuse. Replace that with abuse in general. Now, pay attention to the situation that's happening in Ukraine and Russia. Russia is saying the UN, America, and the Ukraine, and other states, by the way, have been abusing us. We had a deal on the table. NATO wasn't supposed to move any further east, but yet Crimea, that's east. For everybody that don't know, Gorbachev and Mikhail Gorbachev and the first, was it the first Bush or the second Bush? One of the Bushes. I think it was the second Bush, but one of the Bushes made a deal. It was the first Bush, pardon me, because it was like 1990 something. Made a deal, and in that deal, it was that NATO wouldn't move any further east than it had been in that moment, because by doing that, Russia feels like it's getting too close to Russia. We're not part of NATO. We have no plans on being part of NATO. The further NATO moves east, the closer y'all guns and y'all weapons get to us. We don't feel comfortable with that. If y'all keep moving east, it's going to be war. We're going to stop you. And I'm sorry, that's the agreement that NATO made. So I personally think that's the agreement that they should stick to. I'm tired of hearing that, certain people have a referendum. Pardon me. Certain people is the top, and everything that they say is just the way we supposed to be living. Because at the end of the day, these same certain people is saying men could be women and women can be men. And we have to talk to children and tell them all about sex, because, they shouldn't just be tricked into thinking since they were born with a penis that they're a boy, or since they were born with a vagina that they're a girl. You do understand what the Democrats are saying, right? We have to sexualize. I'm not saying this. This is what the Democrats are saying. The Democrats are saying that they have to actualize, as many children as possible, so the children can decide on what the hell are you talking about? How is this even a thing? I don't know. Anyway, let's get back to this Kyiv thing. So Russia resumes its almost nightly strikes in the Ukraine when defenses is down. The Russian defense military said it down 337 Ukrainian drones, 91 of which came down in Moscow region. 2 people were killed, 18 were injured, while air and rail travel faced huge disruptions. Ukraine said amongst its targets were oil production and pipeline control facilities, which is kind of crazy because if all of those things go down, then that means that parts of Europe won't have power, if y'all understand. Meanwhile, in Saudi Arabia, Secretary of State Marco Rubio and National Secretary Advisor Mike Waltz met with Ukrainian Foreign Minister Andrei Sybiha and Andrei Yermak, head of Ukrainian. They love that name. They even spell it as many different ways as they can figure it out. Head of Ukraine's presidential office. We have to understand the Ukrainian position and just have a general idea of what the concessions they will be willing to make. Okay, when you're the losing party, what the hell do you mean, what concessions? So this is terrible. Let's hope that the war comes to an end. I'm going to move on to another segment of a different thing. We're going to talk a little bit about America now. But I just wanted to put this out there. There are a lot of people dying in the world right now due to war. Trump wants to end war. The Democrats want to keep war going on. I don't understand how people find this is hard to figure out which side of this conversation they should be on. Because I'm just going to be 100% honest with you. I'm always am, but I'm just saying. I always am, though. The things the Democrat push are against God. Copy? This is not me exaggerating. The things the Democrats push are literally against God. I heard a preacher say that if you vote Democrat, you can't be Christian. If you vote Democrat, you can't be religious. Like, not from the Bible, maybe from like the Darkhold or the Necronomicon. But you can't be a reader of the Bible, and you can't be a worshiper of. You could be a reader of the Bible, but you can't be a follower of the Bible or a worshiper of God if you're voting Democrat. That's just a fact. You can't be. You can't even be Muslim if you vote Democrat. Muslims don't believe in homosexuality. But I guess you could be one of those other type of Muslims, like you got those other type of Christians that'll be like, or Catholics or whatever, whatever denomination. And they'll be like, well, that goes against my religious beliefs, but I agree with other things. No, fam. It goes against my religious beliefs. I can't vote for that. I don't care whatever else you're doing. It's inconsequential. You're going to try to do that. That's something that my God says we're not allowed to do. So therefore, I can't vote for you. It's that simple. It's literally that simple. That simple. Think about how crazy liberals are. They're out there. This is just absolute insanity. They're out there campaigning for Muslims. The LGBTQ community is out there campaigning for Muslims. I think that what we should do is we should ship the LGBTQ people that are campaigning to one of these Muslim countries, put them in like a cage, so they can't get hurt, and just parade them to the street and let them see what Muslims think of them. Don't let them get hurt, and then bring them all the way back to America. That's what I think they should do. Send them over there and let them see how they treat their homosexuals. Not even the Americans ones. That's what I think should be done. Because every single time I see a Muslim out there, every single time I see a person from the LGBTQ out there talking about, I don't know, queers for Afghanistan or whatever the hell they said, I'm just like, how can you be any more stupid? If you go to any which one of those countries, they're going to kill you on sight. On sight. But you hate America and love that country. The country where if you went there, they're going to kill you on sight. And I'm not talking about there's some people that might kill you. I'm like 99% of the people that live in these countries. It's going to kill you on sight. Women, children, babies. On sight. I'm not saying they're killing the women and children and babies on sight. I'm saying the people that will be killing you will also, besides the men, be women, children, and babies. And they have them out here, and I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. Y'all know right now, I'm about to explain something. You know right now, the percentage of Americans that actually agree with the Democrats are really low. It's just that these niggas is yelling at all times. They're really low. Let me explain to you how low.
Well, breaking right now that
this is the best way to do it. Because sometimes when you tell a person something, they be like, you know what? I don't believe you. Hold on. Do I got it queued up?
It doesn't like
Looks gonna look
Speaker.
if I don't got it queued up. I have it. I'll just show it to y'all.
yeah, I get paid to be out here.
You get paid to be out here?
Yeah.
Amazing. So some pack.
Yeah, you really are getting paid for this?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh.
Definitely. 100% I'm getting paid for this.
Fam. Y'all are following behind people that are being paid to protest.
Yeah, I get paid to be out here.
You get paid to be out here?
Yeah.
Amazing. So some pack.
Yeah, you really are getting paid for this?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh.
Definitely. 100% I'm getting paid for this.
Now do you understand why Trump got rid of USAID? Trump made the world safer, the world, not just America, by getting rid of USAID. They got rid of USAID. You know they had you know how many different health facilities throughout the world that was giving sex changes and shit like that just had to close down. Because the countries that they were in didn't even agree with them. I need for you to understand that for a minute. You know how many medical facilities throughout the world, outside of America, had to close down because they basically just took care of trans people. And there's literally no need for that service in those countries. They just was there trying to convince people to be trans. So one of the African, I don't know, president or whatever, he had said something that I think people forget. Do y'all remember when Africans decided that they were going to join the BRICS and all that? They was like, you know what? We fucking with China and we fucking with Russia. You remember that? Do anybody remember why they said they want to fuck with China and Russia? Specifically, they said because China and Russia is coming and giving them things and not asking for anything in return. So when America goes and America gives them resources, America say, okay, we're going to give you resources, but you gotta allow for, you know, this whole gay movement to happen in your country. If there's no LGBTQ movement in your country, then we're not going to fund you. Now, these countries, these leaders of these countries have to, you know, they got millions of people that they care about, or they should be caring about. So now they got to make the decision on allowing homosexuality into their country, or probably their people starving. That's a tough decision to make. Me personally, I'm sorry, but we gonna starve. But that we're not gonna starve because God's gonna pull up. But that's a tough decision to make. God's gonna pull up. We're not gonna starve. You know, I already got blessings this morning. Like this morning. Already. Already. Shout out to the Most High. Glory be to God. Jesus is King. Already. The hell? Nope. That looks like some people in public doing stupid shit as usual. These be weirdos. People be weirdos. Let me get back to what I'm talking about. I thought I saw something that was worth telling you about. It isn't. Anyway, so I say all that to say this. We, as a nation, need to understand that the Democratic Party right now are ran by people that oppose God. They oppose him. Listen to this. They know they're losing too. They're lying to their base. They know that they're losing. How do I know that they know that they're losing? Check this out.
Leverage do we have? Republicans have repeatedly lectured America. They control the House, the Senate, and the presidency. It's their government.
No shit!
Where's the smile? Where's all that joy? I'm going to let you hear it again. Pay attention to what he says, and then I'm going to tell you what he's actually saying and what he actually means, but he didn't mean to say or mean this.
Leverage do we have? Republicans have repeatedly lectured America.
He
they
literally
control the House,
said a
the
thing
Senate,
to everybody
and
without
the presidency.
realizing
It's
he
their
said it.
government.
No shit!
Leverage do we have? Republicans have repeatedly lectured America. They control the House, the Senate, and the presidency. It's their government.
No shit!
What up, Tiny? Lunch on you this morning? So let me explain something. Listen and pay attention. He just told y'all that the Democrats have no power in Washington as far as votes are going. Not only do the Republicans own the House and the Senate and everything else, but they're all voting along party lines. So that means that when Trump say something, them niggas is like, you know what? We gonna do it. So as long as the Republicans vote across party lines, the Democrats' votes is basically useless. They don't mean anything. So I'm going to tell you what's going to start happening. There's going to be Democrats that are going to start voting with the Republicans more and more and more. Two reasons. One is, at least the two reasons why this makes sense. There's a ton of reasons, but two reasons why this makes sense. They want the American public to know that they're malleable and they can change with what the American public wants. Meaning, there's going to be a point. They should have already realized this, but there's going to be a point where these politicians are just going to say, yo, look, this is just not a win. This whole agenda that we got going on, the American people don't want it. What up, Roogie? Salute. Lunch on you this morning, Roogie? The American people don't want it. Lunch on Tiny and Roogie. Y'all both send $5. Lunch on y'all guys. So, look, come on, let's get the lunch run going, you rat bastards. So, I want to be clear about this. I really don't want there to be no misunderstanding. There are Democrats that do not agree with what the party is doing. I promise you this. But they know that if they go against the party, Democrats eat each other. Like, it's crazy. The Democratic Party is the minority party. Who kills the most black people? Black people. What up, Neon Dion? We getting that lunch run together? It's like 4 y'all in here. We about to get that lunch run together. So what I'm expecting to happen, just so we could be clear, is you give it at least to the beginning, middle, or the beginning of spring. I say the middle of spring, and we're going to see a lot of Democrats openly coming out and supporting the Republicans. One of the reasons why I believe that Democrats just can't be that way right now is because so many of them are corrupt. Do you get it? Like, so many of them are corrupt. If you don't stay on party lines with us, we're going to release information and your career's over. You get it? All right, Neon, let's go. Neon is in. Start it off. Where's my phone at? The Democrats know they lost. The Democrats are not going to win the presidential election anytime soon. They lost this one. I expect for them to lose the next two. Because what Donald Trump is doing is going to benefit America so much that we're just not going to vote another Democrat into office. Because they're not going to be able to come with policies that we think are going to be better than the policies that's in place. So there's going to be no reason to switch. Now, with that being said, I want you to listen to what he says one more time, and then I'm going to say a thing.
Leverage do we have? Republicans have repeatedly lectured America. They control the House, the Senate, and the presidency. It's their government.
No shit!
He basically just said that when things get better, the Democrats had nothing to do with it. That's another reason why Democrats are going to start voting with the Republicans soon. Because if the world is getting better, if America is getting better, because of the policies that's being created, and only the Republicans are voting for these policies that are doing America well, helping America, and also helping the rest of the world, and it's only Republicans voting for them. The Democrats are voting all of these things down. How do you expect the Democrat to win against a Republican in an election? Also, all of these, many of the things that the Democrats have been saying is now being proven to be lies. Many of these things that the Democrats are saying have proven to be lies. Many. Shout outs. I am not going to put your name because I don't put people's name. You got your whole real name. Shout out to Neon Dion with the $5 drop. I want to show you guys, but I don't like showing people's names is over here. Shout out to Neon Dion with the $5 drop. Who's next? Let's get that lunch run going on. So, and he went PayPal too. So, shout out to that. That means that you actually went into the description and you did work to do the thing. I fucks with you. Also, I think you just donated before, so I was already probably in the thing. I don't know. Anyway, now I'm curious. I hate when I'm curious about something because then I gotta find out. Okay, so every day I update you about this really beautiful girl I know. So I want to tell y'all something real quick and we're going to get right to the show. So I see her yesterday, right? I don't want to say where I saw her at. So do y'all remember Sandy? From Greece? So she was basically like dressed like Sandy from Greece yesterday. Super fine. I mean, levels, magnitudes of fineness is over here. So I just want to say. And now I know that Invisible Girl on Marvel Rivals need a Sandy outfit. She need a Sandy skin. Facts, famses. She was killing it yesterday, though. Anyway, let's get back to the show. So, I need a co-host over here because I know what I want to do. And half of the time, I want to say a lot of different things. So I need a co-host over here that can keep everything, you know what I'm saying? Maybe two people with me, but I need a co-host, you know what I'm saying? If I scoop Shorty, hopefully this is the type of shit she's down for. I don't know. I already told God I got to do it, so I got to at least try. I hate promising God stuff. I like doing things God wants me to do. Don't get this confused. But it's like every time I promise God something, I just feel even more pressure, you know, because you have to do it at that point. You don't got a choice. Anyway. I got some other stuff to show y'all real quick. And I showed y'all. Okay, boom, boom. All right.
Who doesn't like it?
No, that's gonna be funny. That's gonna be funny also.
Speaker, do you have the...
No, not time. Hakeem Jeffries, anti-Doge, self-deportation, boom. All right, so I want to say something. You're gonna start seeing the Democrats voting with the Republicans. They don't have a choice. They can't win. If all of the Republicans vote on party lines, they can't win. And in 2 years, y'all do know what happens, right? There's another election. Democrats are going to lose seats. They're 100% going to lose seats. 100%. You know how disliked the Democrats are going to be in 2 years while they keep promoting the shit that they promoting? Because this is the thing that people don't understand. And I'm talking about the voting Democrats right now that might not understand what's going on, right? I'm talking about the voting Democrats. This is what they might not understand is going on. America has rejected your idea of what the world should be. There is no, we're going to keep pushing it and it's going to go through. It's just not. It just isn't. People don't want to be told that they have to allow for their children to do anything outside of what they want their children to do. So now just imagine you have one daughter, one son. You send your kids to school. And they come home and now your son wants to be a girl and your daughter wants to be a boy. That might be the end of your bloodline, fam. You have one kid, you send them to school. They decide to convince your child to be that they don't want to be whatever. That might be the end of your bloodline. What does Trump promote? Trump promote more babies. The Democrats just promote gay sex. Tell me where the lie's at. They don't even promote heterosexual sex. They primarily and exclusively promote gay sex. What's that chick Doshi or whatever her name is? She said her ick is basically straight men. I never want to meet her. She hates me more than she hates any man that was ever born. I promise you. She hates straight men. I'm the straightest they could ever be. Other than Jesus Christ. Shout out to the Most High, glory be to God. Jesus is King. Oh man, like sometimes people talk and you just gotta be like, what the hell are they talking about? So Democrats primarily promote gay sex. Trump promotes family. I'm gonna tell you the dopest thing. One of the dopest things that this administration is doing. The Democrats is trying to stop them. I'll tell you what happened. One of the dopest things that this administration is doing is that the vice president is a family man. He is so lucky. I want to be a family man so bad. The vice president is a family man. I personally think that there are few things on this planet that you could be that is above being a family man or being a wife. There's few things that you can be in this planet that's better than being a good wife and a family man. Notice I'm not just saying a wife. I mean a good wife, an obedient wife. And yes, there's nothing wrong with the word obedient. I'm obedient to God. As obedient as I can be. I mean, I fuck up, but I'm trying. Your wife, she's gonna fuck up. We just want her to be trying. Husbands, gonna fuck up, but we should be trying. Your politicians are gonna fuck up, but they should be trying. I just don't think that there's many things, if anything, that you could be that's more pivotal on a planet than a family man. That's just my opinion. So I say all that to say this. Everybody keeps, random people keep telling me marriage as of lately. I just want to say that. Like random people keep like getting into conversations with me and then bringing up marriage. They don't know each other either. So that's absolutely... Like, and it was happening it was happening a lot before I ever even mentioned it on the show. So whenever something like that is happening, that's literally God talking to you. Literally. Now, if somebody is just saying mad negative shit and there's a bunch of random people saying, that's Satan. God uses kind words. Oh, shit. I got to see this. Give me 2 seconds. Oh, this girl is just terrible. She's just fucking terrible. She is just terrible. I don't even want to show you because I don't want to... I don't want to... The girl is just terrible. She's just terrible. It's a sport. She's just terrible at it. Anyway, absolutely terrible. So also shout out to so I've been out there the kids have been waiting for me to get back to the park, and some of the adults have been waiting for me to get back to the park. We was at the park yesterday. We will be at the park today. I might take the kids on the park on a little trip. I asked them to talk to their parents so I could take them on a little trip to the center. And, you know, a lot of the parents that live in Seagate absolutely trust me so that's not an issue. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll be like, yo, and they're fine. Like, you understand? Like, I want to say a thing, but then I'm patting myself on the back, so I'm not going to say it. I feel like God is getting in the way of me saying the words, so I'm just going to leave it alone. But, you know, shout out to the Most High, glory be to God. Jesus is King, and he put me in a position to be able to be helpful, and I love being helpful. I just love it. And he put me in a position to be helpful. So I'm so thankful. Neon Dion is over there like, why isn't nobody else dropping $5? I'm sorry, fam. I know we was trying to get people to get on board. It's only $5. We was trying to get people to get on board. Hopefully it works out a little bit later in the show or tomorrow. We'll see. We'll start pushing that agenda. We need to start pushing BBN lunch. We need to start pushing that agenda. There's no reason in the world why we can't push the BBN lunch agenda. We need to start doing that. BBN lunch. With that being said, I want to start just... I need a break. We're going to get back to politics in a second. I need a break. I need to talk about some BBS shit. Just bear with me. So I have a neighbor who is doing incredible things. He is he helps kids go into college, find colleges. And he helps you get your monies for college and find the right college and everything like that. Shout out to Greg. I show his promos all the time. I'm not going to show the whole promos, but so you can know what I'm talking about.
Everybody knows about Harvard, Yale.
So I would love to have a show where not just Greg, but other people that live inside of Seagate could come and get on camera and talk with me about not just things that they're interested in, but, you know, what they're doing or you know, how we can advance. You know what I'm saying? Neon Dion says, yeah, you always talked about, and I've been working with the kids in our community for like the last 3 years. Since I moved here, I've been working with the kids in the community. One of the reasons why I get a lot of shit, by the way, from some individuals is because the thing that I'm doing, they can't do. They try. You know? I had this one whole family trying to do what I do. Whole family go out there. The uncle, the kid was out there with his father, uncle, and everything, and they was trying to like. But since they couldn't do it, they just decided to get in the way of me doing it. You understand? So that happened. These people are not black, by the way. They Puerto Rican. So I'm not shooting at black people. These people are 100. These people are Puerto Rican. So they were just trying to get in the way of what I'm doing. They live in Seagate. Like, why would you not want the kids that live here to have a basketball team? Why would you not want that? Why wouldn't you want us to organize and have a basketball team for the local kids? That keeps the kids out of trouble. That gives them something to look forward to. That helps keep them healthy and outside and active and out of trouble. Like, what? Why would you want to prevent that from happening? So I don't understand people. You understand what I'm saying? I just don't. I don't get it. So, yeah, no. So I love being an asset. You know, it really doesn't depend on what it is. I love being an asset. I love helping. I just love helping. I don't like when people are in need. I don't like when people are suffering. I just want to be helpful. I have zero ulterior motives. I don't have no ulterior motives. I think people are able, people that aren't good people are able to trick people that are good people that I have ulterior motives, because people why is he helping? What is he getting? God sent me. That's it. That's it. God put a thing in my heart and then pointed me in the direction. That's it. I have no ulterior motive. I'm not trying to get nothing. I have no ulterior motive. None. Why do you think God provides for me? To allow for me to be able to do the things that as I'm doing God's will for the most part, as far as I can tell. Do I fall short? Every human being falls short. That's part of the job. That's literally part of the job. I fall short. But if you look at my life, why do I keep getting things for free? I'm not getting anything for free. Not one thing. I'm going out and I'm doing God's will. Then God is either forcing people to help me or sending people that willfully help me. And then after that happens, God blesses them. Because that's how that works. There's lots of people that God sends to go do things. And he also sends people to be around those people. God blesses that person and the people around that person, because that person is trying to do God's will, and the people around them, whether they're doing it on purpose or by accident, is helping them do God's will. I've already talked to the people in Seagate about having a Seagate basketball team. I told y'all, I told y'all that they fixed the building. We have a building. Now, I don't know if the building's old, so I don't know if they need to still do stuff to the building. But I looked at the building. They fixed the building. I seen the gym. I seen the stage. I seen the rims. I did not mean to rhyme. And I'm the dude for basketball around here. I already spent. Yesterday, I was in the park helping the kid for about 30 minutes get his jump shot together. He does not play basketball at all. I had to go step from the step with this kid, trying to get him to understand how to move and the mechanics. And we still got a long way to go. So they have, because our park is filmed. There's cameras, for safety purposes. And I'll be out there for hours. Just helping kids learn how to shoot. Helping kids understand pick and rolls. Helping kids know how to play defense. Hours. I'm only playing when they want me to play. I'm just out there giving instruction and teaching. Hours. And I want to go back to that. So we are working in the center, helping out in the center. But that's my shit. Those are my kids. So I'll, speak to some of the parents. I don't think there's going to be no issue. And I'll try to bring them over to the center. We have a lot of stuff going on at the center often. We got some amazing people that run the center and are part of the center. Some amazing individuals that sacrifice a lot of their time and energy to keep kids safe and to give kids something to do other than, foolishness. And I just think that that's incredible. Shout out to Coach Knight. Shout out to Miss Priscilla. Shout out to Miss Susie and her mother, Grandma. I have no idea what her real name is, but we all call her Grandma. And they are always, and Coach Wilson, Coach Reggie. Shout out to Coach Reggie. He a gamer too. I'm gonna try to get him over here on Marvel Rivals with us. Get him on some game with us. He a gamer. I'm gonna try to get him on games. And I just want to say something real quick for all y'all women that get mad at dudes for gaming. Now, if he's just one of those dudes that never did athletics before, leave him alone because he needs this. This is his competition. And for the dudes that used to do athletics, leave him alone. He needs the competition. All right? Now, if the mofo playing 8-9 hours straight, he got a problem. But if he getting on the game and you playing the game, 2 hours is generally gaming. Go watch a movie. You don't want to watch him game, not a problem. Go watch a movie. By the time that movie is over, 2 hours, go see what he doing. Now, if he don't got a problem, and you be like, yo, look, babe, as long as he's not doing nothing pertinent at that moment, he's going to get off the game, man. I promise you. You don't gotta even entice him with sex. Like, get off the game, vaginas. You don't even have to do that. It's been a whole 2 hours. You know what? It's probably time to spend some time with my family. It's time to spend some time with my baby. Let's go to the store. Let's go for a walk. Now, I'm going to say something real quick. So me and Kendra didn't do this. Me and Kendra went out a lot. Like, we ran errands all the time. Shout out to that. I love that. But me and Maria used to go for walks all the time. And I love that. So I love me and Kendra used to just be driving around New York City. A Sunday was our day, right? So on Sunday, she worked for the government, right? So Sunday was our day. So on Sunday, we just spend the whole day together. If we got a thing that we got to do for the kids, we look first, we make sure that we try to see if there's something for the kids. Saturday, Sunday, we try to see, is there an event or something that we could take the kids to. I love doing that so much. So, on Sunday, we go do whatever we got to do. Then we get back to the house generally by 4 or 5 o'clock, and then we in the house for the rest of the night. I miss that. And half of the time, she's organizing everything. So I miss having a woman that I don't have to think about anything like that. I don't want to think about what I'm eating tonight. I'd rather you just, the food I like, the food that I don't like, you get it together. I'm fine. Surprise me, please. And on nights that you want to ask me or you want me to be a part of it, I don't have a problem with that. But I'm just saying, I think that something that men are missing in the relationship, and they're either missing it because they don't understand how important it is, or because it's just not qualities that we're teaching anymore to young women, and that's being able to moderate the home, being able to govern the home. Like, there's just a certain level of, if you're a man and your woman is doing what she's supposed to be doing when you're at home, yes, you are the king of the castle. But when you lead, sometimes we have to lead by following. So I just prefer to have women or be in a relationship with somebody that I trust their opinion on things. So when they come and they tell me something, I don't got to research it. I don't got to question them. I don't want to question you. You don't got to be the most intelligent person in the world. You know what I'm saying? But I don't want to have to, everything you saying and doing, I got to question, because you might be an idiot, or because we just, our values are so different. I would prefer to be in a relationship with a woman that, just does the house stuff. Let me do all the other stuff. If there's something that need to be lifted, I'm here. Need some jars open, I'm here. Somebody's breaking in the crib, I'm here. Or there's a bear and I'm in the woods with you, fuck it, I'm here. That type of time. But I think we need to. We probably just. I lost connection for a second. I just want to get back to that. That's it. I want to get back to that. That's why a lot of times people see that I'm single and they don't understand. I'm just not attracted. I'm attracted to a woman that has wife qualities. I'm not attracted to a female because she just has a vagina. I'm old enough to have had a lot of sex. I'm one of those dudes that I'm not trying to bang everything. I find one woman and then I concentrate on her. I promise you have more sex that way. You're not banging more women, but I promise you have more sex that way. I promise you. I find one woman and I focus on her. Her happiness is what's important. And she has to deem my happiness to be important. So I'm going to look out for your happiness and I want you to look out for my happiness. That's how we watch each other's back. I'm going to sacrifice to make sure that you're happy, but I need for you to sacrifice to make that I'm happy. Now, we both making sacrifices, so nobody's really sacrificing anything. And I think that mindset is lost in the dating world nowadays. That's why I don't necessarily want to date. So I was talking to Miss Priscilla the other day, and I was like, yeah, well, I'm not interested in women. I'm only interested in wives. But I'm not interested in girlfriends. I'm only interested in wives. And she was like, yeah, but you got to be a girlfriend first. And I'm like, yeah, that's like, you're 100% correct. But the point in which I'm making is I'm not interested in dating anyone that I'm not willing to, that I can't look at and say, you know what, that person's a wife, or I would like for that person to be my wife. You understand? And it's not hard to tell who isn't for you. All you have to do is pay attention. I don't smoke cigarettes at all. So I would not date someone that smokes cigarettes, because what kind of asshole would I be? You're a whole cigarette smoker, and now I'm coming in your life trying to convince you to stop smoking cigarettes. That's bananas. It's fucking bananas. You're a whole cigarette smoker. You know what? Go live your life. And this is not me bashing or speaking negatively. This is me saying that's some narcissistic shit to believe that when you decide that you dating somebody, they got to switch a fabric of them that is important to them for you. So why don't you just go find somebody that don't smoke cigarettes? I mean, what the hell? I dated 2 females in my life that smoked cigarettes. The first one, I did not smoke cigarettes when I started dating her. By the time we stopped dating her, I was smoking cigarettes. The second one, we both smoked cigarettes at that time. Those are the only 2 females I've ever dated that smoke cigarettes. So this isn't even a thing that I do. I can't stand the smell of cigarette smoke. I can't stand it. They got some weirdos that's following me around Coney Island right now. So one of the things that they're always trying to do is smoke cigarettes, and then you see them go like this, like trying to blow it at me because they want to get me upset so they can tell people I'm crazy. You understand what I'm saying? So literally, whenever I'm walking outside, I got these weirdos following me around, and they're trying to convince people I'm crazy, but too many people know me. Like now, so many people know me, so they know that I'm not crazy. You understand? So they're trying to constantly get a reaction. They're trying to constantly do something to me to get a reaction. And now any reaction I give at all, any reaction, even ignoring them, you understand what I'm saying? They tell people that that's crazy. It's fucking bananas. And then they also got people just following me down the block saying, he's crazy, he's crazy, he's crazy. Like, so this is what I'm going through. And when I tell you it's black people, the people that's telling them to do it, I don't think are black people. I think those people are probably like Caucasian people or something. But the people that's actually doing it is black people. Just telling you. I love our people, but our people do not love me. And that's okay. Because I don't love you because you love me. I love you because God told me I ain't had no choice. Being honest. I'm just being honest, man. So yeah, when I go outside today, they gonna follow me. They be having people like, I'm gonna tell you that they number one. Hold on, because we just talking our shit right now. So I'm gonna tell you the number one thing that they're always doing. So they'll have somebody walk in front of me, right? And then they'll just start walking slow. So now I walk past them. So now they just follow me. So what I've been doing is I don't go outside unless I got an hour to waste. Hour and 20 minutes. So I literally don't go outside unless I can stand in. So I need to be able to stand in any spot for about 20 or 30 minutes. So now what I'm doing is once I see the person following me, not a problem. I just go, turn my camera on, and then I just film them. And I go across the street and I film them. That's it. And I got it. Wait, hold on. I'm going to show you. I have examples. Every time I film them, they do the same thing. And I have examples. But I'm going to wait because I think I want to blur the images. I don't really want to, right now, put these people's faces online. Right? So I think I want to blur the images. So I'm thinking about that. In any regard, shout out to that shit. What time we got? 10:30. Is there anything anybody wants to talk about revolving around any of this stuff? We could get back to the political conversation. We could get back to that. I love where I live, by the way. I got amazing neighbors. Amazing. My neighbors that live in the building I'm in, the neighbors that live across the street, the neighbors that live down the block, the neighbors that live in the community. Amazing people. Amazing. Just amazing people. So if it wasn't for the weirdos that's following me around and all this other shit that I gotta go through, I would literally say this is the most loved I've ever felt living in the neighborhood. If it wasn't for the weirdos following me around, like they be on bikes and everything. If it wasn't for the weirdos following me around and all that other shit. So if it wasn't for the black people out here, just to be honest with you, if it wasn't for the black people out here, this would be literally the best experience I've ever had living anywhere. Ever. I've lived in Tennessee, I've lived in Georgia, I've lived in Richmond, Virginia, I've lived in New Jersey, I've lived in, I had a girlfriend in Connecticut that I used to visit for a little while. And I'll say Richmond, Virginia. So I'm not going to say I lived in those two places. I just had girlfriends there that I used to visit. So I lived in Tennessee, I lived in Georgia, I've lived in New Jersey, obviously New York, Massachusetts. I'm going to call that lived, even though my daughter used to live there. So I used to go there once a week for like a year and a half. I'm going to call that lived there. I had a girlfriend there, but I wouldn't say I lived there. I had a girlfriend there. I wouldn't say I lived there. So that's at least 5 different states, just so we could be clear in, that I lived in. Not really Richmond. I just had a girlfriend there. Not really Baltimore. I just had a girlfriend there. So I lived in a lot of different places. And with the exception of the weirdos that follow me around, this is the best. This is the most love I've ever felt living anywhere by anyone. Also, shout out to the police, the Seagate police. Guys are incredible. Most love I've ever got living anywhere. Ever. It's not even close. With the exception of the weirdos that's going to be following me around when I go outside. Like I'm about to walk out the house and go to the store after this live is over, they're gonna be following me because they always are. This is one white lady. I think she's the ringleader. And the wild thing is, she's come up to me and talked to me numerous times. But I think she's the ringleader, but that's neither here nor there. There's like 2 or 3 different groups that I got an issue with out here. And I don't even know why they have an issue with me. I have not the slightest idea. I don't know. I don't do nothing. So I don't, just so we could be clear, I don't do nothing. I don't go nowhere. I don't talk to nobody. I don't do nothing. You understand? Like, I don't do nothing. I don't go nowhere. I don't talk to nobody. I don't do nothing. I don't know how to explain this. Like, I don't do nothing. My life was Kendra and her kids. That was my life. Since me and her ain't together, since we stopped being together, I never really ever had anything else that was my life other than the BBN network. So I don't do nothing. I'm just, shout out to the police, because the police know that I'm being followed around and shit like that. And I'm not even talking about, I don't know if the Seagate police know, but I know the police know. Like, the Coney Island police know. Because there was like a ton of situations and a ton of incidents where people were actively just like creating problems with me and then making up stories, but we had camera footage. Get it? They were just making up stories and just saying things was happening that wasn't happening, but we had camera footage. So eventually, and I spoke with some people, and you know, I just let them know, look, I got these people out here, they trying to get the gangs out here to kill me, and that's what it is. It is what it is. They're actively trying to get the gangs out here to kill me. Actively. So, it is what it is. And the ringleader, I'm just gonna be quiet. But yeah, so they actively doing that. And I'm pretty sure that there's like already an investigation open on these people trying to get me killed. I'm almost 100% sure of that. So, keep following me. I'm going to tell you something. I am something that the police have to love. I'm a person who's literally walking around minding their business, but I attract all types of different criminals to come want to do bullshit to me for no reason. So all the police have to do is just look at me. I don't have to snitch. I don't have to tell. I don't have to do none of that. All they have to do is watch me. That's it. That's it. World's a crazy place. Anything y'all want to talk about? Anything you want to talk about specifically, Neon? I think this is real. Hold on. I need to send something to somebody. 2 seconds. I think that's real. And that person has my daughter's mother's surname, so that might be God letting me know that's safe. I don't know. We're gonna see. We're gonna find out. And the first name of that person is really, really close to my actual daughter's first name. So I don't know. We're gonna see what happens. And let me see how lucrative that deal is real quick. People send me deals all the time. You just, some of them shits be fake. So. Oh, wow. So this is what they want me to do? So hold on. These people want me to teach a class? Teach a class in what? I can just decide what I want to teach? I don't know about that. I got enough stuff on my plate. That sounds like that's going to be... I don't want to do anything that's going to take away from some of the good that I'm actually doing. So if it's going to take away from some of the good that I'm actually doing, I just don't want to do it. I don't have the opportunity nowadays to do as much for not just this community, but for any community as I've done before. Remember, we used to give out turkeys, all types of different stuff. I don't have that. I mean, we gave out turkeys. Shout out to Coach Knight. He gave out we gave out turkeys this last winter also, just so we could be clear. So shout out to Coach Knight. But like, I was doing this stuff previously, and being a part of stuff. We also gave out like a lot of toys and stuff like that. Just shout out to Coach Knight. Shout out to the Coney Island Sharks. Shout out to Miss Priscilla once again, Miss Sue, Grandma, and Coach Reggie. Just incredible people doing incredible things. And for the little bit of time that I've been able to be around what they're doing, I'm just absolutely not just impressed, but I'm honored. I don't know how long God is going to have me in the mix of what's going on over there. I have not the slightest idea. There's some stuff that's happening that's giving me the impression God might want me to move on to different things. I don't know. But I don't know. Somebody keeps trying to remind me about my family, so that's a non-starter. So, I don't know. I might have to move on pretty soon. I don't really want to. But I'm going to go where God sent me. Even if I don't want to go there most of the time, All right. Sheesh. Hold on. I got a question. Why do the Democrats keep pretending like the Republicans are trying to cut Medicaid? Could somebody tell me that? Why they keep pretending? Like, there's a bill and everything that's already out there and everything. And it's not saying, I'm about to tell you, by the way, and it's not saying anything about cuts to Medicaid, Medicare, or Social Security. It's saying cuts to none of these things. Why do they keep lying to the American people and telling people that that's what the Republicans are trying to do? I'm just fucking curious. What's going to happen when this bill gets passed and there are no cuts? What are the Democrats going to tell their base? What's going to happen when the Democrats try to lie, because they're always lying, and say that there were cuts and they're going to try to point out all of the unnecessary spending that was cut? They're going to try to point out, yeah, they did this amount of cuts, but all of those cuts was to people that was over 300 years old. They cut Medicaid $7.6 billion, but all of those people are over 120 years old. They cut $9 billion from Medicare, but all of those people live in another country and are also over 150 years old. So no, I'm going to keep fighting the good fight. Because I know for a fact, before the end of this year, Democrats are going to be shamed into silence. And I know that to be a fact. The only ones that are still going to be talking are the craziest ones of them. The absolute craziest ones. Those are going to be the only ones that's still going to be out there spreading the lies. I promise you. Before the end of the year, Democrats are going to be shamed into silence. Why are you saying that, Jack? So, I'm going to just pull a personal situation. So, for the last couple of years, while I've been living here, people have been trying to tell individuals that I'm a bad person. They just been bashing me like crazy. Like I told you, when I walk through the street, they have people follow me, and just as they walk past other people that's outside, they just be like, he's crazy, he's crazy. And I'm just walking minding my business. And so they have people following me through the street, bad mouthing me to every single person in the neighborhood that they're walking past. And you know what just happened though? What happens when 3-4 years pass, 5 years pass, and I've done nothing crazy? What happens when 3, 4, 5 years pass and I've done nothing at all? Done nothing? Because that's what's happened. And now a lot of these people that were out there spreading lies, their stature in the community has went down. Not because I'm anything, but because that's some evil shit and God pulled up. And something that had nothing at all to do with me messed up their reputations. Because God pulled up. So by the end of the year, the Democrats will be shamed into silence. And all of these people making all of these weirdo ass posts on social media, oh boy. Y'all know the internet is forever. Y'all making some crazy posts saying Trump is trying to do shit that he ain't trying to do. What happens when he doesn't try to do any of these things? What happens when, and just so we could be clear, like 70-something% of Americans side with Trump. So that means that less than 30% of the Americans side with the Democrats. You know how I keep telling you the next elections, I just told you today that the next elections, the Democrats are going to lose seats. The next election, the Democrats are going to lose seats. I promise you there's more people in America that don't want cross-dressers reading to their children. I promise you that there are more people in America that's saying, nah, I don't want some adult that I don't even know that's supposed to be a man dressed up like a woman reading to my kids in school. Why don't they ever have women dressed up like a man reading to the kids? Anybody has ever questioned themselves about that? Like they'll real quick in a second go get a man to dress up like a woman and go read the kids. But I don't never see them have a woman dressed up like a man reading the kids. Haven't seen that not once. So y'all racist to y'all own people? Tell me where the lie's at. I have not seen one time where there's a woman dressed up like a man reading the kids in the school. It's always men dressed up in a dress. Are y'all paying attention? So no, by the end of the year, the Democrats are all the way out the door. Next midterms, the next one, these guys is done. They're done. The only reason why AOC might be able to stay where she's at is because the Bronx has so many poor people. Period. Only reason. There's so many poor people in the Bronx. The Bronx, I know Brooklyn likes to take the crown of the most gangster borough. The Bronx is the most dangerous borough in New York City, bar none. Dangerous. The only difference with the Bronx and some of these other places that are also very dangerous is niggas in the Bronx be having principles. A lot of these niggas that live in these other places don't be having no principles. A lot of niggas in the Bronx got principles. And that's also what make the Bronx so damn dangerous. Because I promise you, a lot of this shit that you see, people getting attacked and all that other shit, niggas in the Bronx literally walk around looking for a reason to have to do something stupid. And this is not cap. I remember being a kid and having friends that we used to go outside and be happy whenever we found somebody doing some weirdo shit that they deserved the ass whooping because they was doing something to somebody else. We used to be ecstatic to find those situations. Bronx is just different. All the boroughs in New York City are great. All right? Every borough is great. Brooklyn, by far, has some incredible culture. Queens is just a little bit different. Like, Queens don't fit. And Staten Island, in my opinion, don't fit. But they're also great places. But, like, they don't fit. I don't know. It's hard for me to explain. Like, they don't fit. You know what I'm saying? Like, they just don't fit. Like, there's just parts of Queens that just don't fit. Also, Queens is the worst place to drive a damn car. 36th Road, 36th Street, 36th Avenue, and they all intersect. You be like, what the hell? I hate driving around in Queens. You have no idea. Queens is the worst for driving around. But anyway, in any regard, I have no idea how. I believe AOC is going to keep her seat because the Bronx is just poor. It's just, I'm sorry. The Bronx also has Riverdale, which probably the land value of Riverdale is more valuable than any land in Brooklyn, any land in Queens, any land in Staten Island. Just so we can be clear. We still have Riverdale, where all the rich motherfuckers live. If you go up to Riverdale, I promise you, don't go there unless you should be there. And don't drive around in the middle of the night in some of those neighborhoods and you don't belong there. I promise you it's not going to turn out well for you. I promise you, those police is going to be hands-on with you. I used to do, for everybody that don't know, my father owns a moving and storage company. I don't know what he's doing right now or if he's doing anything. If you understand what I'm saying, you understand what I'm saying. I don't talk to the guy. But when I was growing up, he owned a moving and storage company. So I was everywhere in New York City. I visited basically every neighborhood. I've been everywhere. And I'm going to say this just so you can understand. When we move people into Riverdale, and there's parts of Riverdale that you're not moving nobody in at night. Like, I don't know how to really explain this. You're not moving nobody in at night. If you have to drop the shit off, this is what was going on with us. If we picked up from somewhere and we had to drop it off, and by the time we was gonna really like drop it off, it was gonna be like in the middle of the night or something before we finish. We just got to keep that shit on the truck. We got to unload it in the morning. Riverdale. Also, that's literally the Riverdale from Archie Comics. If anybody doesn't know, that's literally the Riverdale from Archie Comics. A lot of places is the Bronx. Gotham is the Bronx. Bob Kane is. Let me show you something real quick. We just talking. If y'all want to get back on topic, just let me know. I'm just, cause I'm about to get off anyway and go to the store and do some other stuff. If y'all want to get back on topic, just let me know. So, this is how I know that Gotham is the Bronx. Let me show you right now. What in the fuck, fam? Why is none of these windows here? Now, this is how I'm going to tell you how I know Gotham is the Bronx. Bob Kane and Bill Fingers are the creators of Batman. So, hold on. It's Bill Fingers and Bob Kane. Bill Fingers just started getting his credit, just so we could be clear. Bob Kane was kind of like making it seem like it was only him and the Bob Kane family. And then, like, recently, they started allowing for the other guys, Bill Fingers' family, who created Batman, to get credit also. So, Bill Fingers, Bob Kane, right? So, just show y'all something. So, where's Bob Kane from? Where was he born? New York. He was born in Manhattan. Now, hold on. Watch this, though. I was also born in Manhattan, by the way. You know where DeWitt Clinton is? That's in the Bronx. He's German? That's a German name, right? Khan? That's how the Germans spell it, right? Were of Jewish descent. There's German people who are Jewish. Mom. And anyway, so he's from the Bronx. DeWitt Clinton is in the Bronx. Why is it so hard to find the damn thing right now? He was born in Manhattan. I was born in Manhattan also, by the way. Ain't this something? What New York City borough did Bob Kane live in? Right? And then look at this. 12 Bronx facts you didn't know. The Bronx! The Bronx is a place steeped in history. The Bronx is so special to us. Shocking, huh? Here is some Bronx facts you didn't know unless you're a die-hard lover of all things Bronx. Let's just look at this shit real quick. Batman. Although Lewis Morris' 1790 proposal of making Mauritania the nation's capital didn't quite pan out, wowzers. For a few weeks since 1797, the President John Adams governed the nascent nation. Did I say that word right?
Nascent.
What I said, nascent. Especially the process of organization just coming into existence or beginning to display signs of future potentials. All right. Oh man, I hate clicking on any of these type. Could I just backspace? Yeah, good. Because if you click any which one of those things, it's something. So I just backspace. Nation for several weeks from the northeast Bronx. Okay. President Adams stayed at the farm in Eastchester. Okay. So that's dope. Batman is a Bronxite! Yep. Dark Knight was born right here in the Bronx by cartoonist Bob Kane. So he literally created the Dark Knight Batman while he lived in the Bronx. Who worked out of his bedroom in his parents' apartment in the Bronx. Stan Lee, raised in the Bronx. He also went to DeWitt Clinton. My oldest brother went to DeWitt Clinton. All right, that's what we're here for. So I'm just gonna. We don't need to see no more of these Bronx facts. So yeah, I know that street. That's 14th right there. Learn something every day. Yeah, Batman's from the Bronx. Batman's from the Bronx. Gotham is the Bronx. That's why Gotham is dirty and dark. When we think of New York boroughs, which borough do we think of as dirty and dark? When y'all talk about the dirtiest borough in New York City, what borough are y'all always talking about? And I'm not even going to cap. I went back to the Bronx a while back and I looked around and I was like, why is there trash everywhere? Like where I live at right now, shout out to the sanitation department around here. Shout out to the Coney Island sanitation department. And shout out to the residents of Coney Island that, decide to be neat. So, like anywhere, you got a little bit of trash here and there. But it is nothing like when I went back to my old neighborhood in the Bronx recently. And I was just like, damn, this is what people see when they come to the Bronx. I get it now. I 100% get it. All the dirt and grime and shit that I used to walk past when I was living there that I didn't think nothing of. Now when I see it, I think something of it because I understand that this is not what it's supposed to be. So now what do y'all think is going to happen when all of these things that Trump is doing works out for the American people? Nobody's going to vote Democrat because now people are going to understand what it's supposed to be. We're in a long way for that. With that being said, I'm going to let y'all get up out of here because the show's over. I'm going to let y'all get up out of here. I would ask if y'all had anything y'all wanted to ask me before we walked out the door, but I already asked that and nobody had any questions. So I'm just going to let y'all go. Everybody, please just go out there. Have a blessed day. I'm about to walk out of my door, be followed by some weirdos, and it's probably going to take me 45 extra minutes to go do whatever it is that I'm trying to go do. I mean, it's 11 o'clock right now. So if I go do the thing right now, I have a 2-hour window. So I don't have to rush. I know I'm going to have to go places and then stand around and not for nothing. Sometimes they be trying to stand around with me. Like, hold on, I got one. I'm going to show you. I'm not going to zoom in. I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. It's bugged. What day was that? Hold on. That's yesterday. It wasn't yesterday. Let's see if I can find it. It's bugged. Like bugged. And the motherfucker was following me dumb hard. So I went and started filming him and I just sat down. And so after I did that, this is it. Because I got a couple. I want to show you the one I'm talking about. I got a couple. Here we go. No. I'm not going to show you this guy. But this guy too. Look at it. I know I'm going to show you this guy. Look at this guy. Right, what? So I'm going to show you. So look at him. So that dude right there is trying to do that thing I told y'all about. Where they are in front of me and they try to get me to walk past them and then they follow me. Right? So look. She's I hate that there we go. So look. He's waiting. The video is playing, by the way. Now, I started filming after about 10 minutes. So I've been going through this for about 10 minutes by now. So he's going to walk. And I'm playing my music, by the way. Oh, no, I turned it off at this point. Whenever they following me, I turn my music off. So they can't tell how far or close I am to them. So now he going to walk a little bit a ways, right? He's just going to stop. Shit is bugged, yo. Now look, he's just walking. Hold on, I'm going to fast forward or something. Because he's going to walk. Now he's going to fast forward or something. He's just going to stop. He's just going to stand there. He's waiting for me to walk past him. Watch. And I know you're looking at this. You're like, nah, you just filming some random guy on the street. Watch. I'm going to show you more. Watch. So he's walking. He's just going to stop. Also, he's walking like super slow. Like, I can't explain it. Like, you have to be there. So hold on. It's like, nah, I'm going to keep filming these guys. Right, so so hold on. But it was like 10 minutes. Like, it was literally like 10 minutes. And then I started filming. Hold on. I got another one. That's not the one I wanted to show y'all. You're going to see the nigga literally stop, stare at me, but I'm all the way across the street. So I don't know what the fuck is going on. But he's going to literally stop, stare at me, kind of like walk in a circle like this, like he don't know what he's doing, and then he's gonna go then walk away. Watch. This shit is crazy. I gotta start sending these to my Gmail as soon as I take them, so I can find them, because I can't find it right now, and I want to go get out of here. It was before that one. Was it before that one? It could have been before that one. But I thought they both happened on the same day. But I got like a ton of these, not a ton. I used to take them a lot before. I stopped taking them as much. Yeah, it's before this one. They go another one, but this is before this one. I'm just going to look another second. If I can't find it, I'm going to let y'all go. Is this it? No, that's the lady. But she is doing it, but I'm just not showing you this one because I zoomed in too far and you'll be able to tell who it is. So that's the only reason why I'm not showing y'all that one. That's the one I need to blur out, because what she did was just absolutely mind-boggling. So they get like dope fiends and shit like that to follow me. Shit is bug, man. I don't know where it's at. I gotta find it. I don't know where it's at. I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna show y'all them all. Shit is bug, man. I hope I didn't erase it. Maybe I took it a long time. I don't know. I could have swore it was like last week. So I should have seen it already, I think. No, not that. I'm coming across some, but they show the people's face. And I don't want to put the people's face on my live. You understand? If that make any sense? So that's what the issue is. Like I said, I got to blur out I want to blur out the face. I don't want to show these people's faces. Because right now, it's not about shaming them or exposing them or anything like that. It's just about I want people to know what the fuck is happening. Don't worry, they're going to follow me today. They follow me every day. So they're going to follow me today. I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you. They follow me every day. I'm going to record them today. And yes, I'm actively talking about how they follow me because I know that there's police that watch my show, and you don't never know who might get arrested for some shit they deserve to get arrested for. You never know. Once again, I want to be clear on this. I have zero interest in being a street nigga. I want to be a follower of God first. I want to be a husband and father second. Those are my aspirations. Period, basically. So I'm not going to start no problems with anyone. I'm not ever going to try to create an issue with you. So if a person has an issue with me, it's an issue that they have in a brain that they're making up. So when you come to me with your mental health disorder and try to create a problem with me, I'm just going to direct you to the police because I'm a law-abiding citizen and I know quite a few people that lost their freedom and their lives because they decided to allow somebody else to make their mental health problem their problem. You go listen, there's so many hundreds of thousands of niggas in jail right now. I'm not even talking about the ones that's dead. There's hundreds of thousands of niggas in jail right now that wasn't doing nothing but trying to protect themselves or their family from a fucking maniac that has a mental health disorder and believes that if they just decide they want to fight somebody, then that person don't got no choice. When they walk up to you and just say, let's fight. Like, why, nigga? Like, I got shit I'm doing in my life. You're not that important. And you shouldn't be to the point where I'm going to just throw my life away. So no, I don't have no problem with nobody. And if somebody sends you to come have a problem with me, they are lining you up. Okay? So if you get in trouble with the police fucking with me, I am not snitching. I'm telling you right now. Once you bring unnecessary bullshit to me, I don't want to deal with it. I'm going to let you go deal with the police. And to be fair, I'm going to make sure that I don't start any unnecessary bullshit with anyone. Ever. So I will also not start problems with you. So don't start problems with me. But if you do, I'm going to direct either you to the police or the police to you. So now if you get into any situation with me and the police pull up on you, it's your fault, not mine. That's a mental health disorder to think that you can just say, I don't like that person, and then that person has an obligation to fight you. It's a mental health disorder. It's a mental health disorder to go start a problem with a person to try to force them into a fight with you. That's a mental health disorder. You want to know why our communities is so terrible? The fact is, the main people in our community that people treat like they're normal have mental health disorders. We have normalized sickness. And that's why the Democrats is doing what they're doing with the LGBTQ community, because they've already made y'all buy into, they already convinced you to buy into so much shit that go against your best interest. Why wouldn't they believe you wouldn't do it again? Why wouldn't they believe that you wouldn't do it again? You've already agreed. You got people out here that literally agree that parents shouldn't have any rights over their children, their own children. They shouldn't have no rights over the people that they made. And you have a whole entire Democratic Party that believes that. Now I'm going to say something to you. God said, don't let any man tear apart what God put together. You tell me something that God puts together other than family. And I'm not talking about family. Family might tear family apart, but I'm talking about somebody outside the family. God said, let no man tear apart what he has put together. What are the Democrats trying to do? Literally, publicly make laws that separate families. While they're accusing the Republicans of trying to separate families. Nobody see how crazy that is. So every single thing the Democrats are doing, they accuse the Republicans of doing, and y'all just fall for it. They accuse the Republicans of separating families while they also making legislation so that if your child decides that it's a boy when it was born a girl, or a girl when it was born a boy, that they could take your child from you. That it's literally like that in California right now and a few other states. And these families are fighting back like hell. Families are fighting back like hell, fam. As they should. So when I tell you that I don't agree with the Democrats, it don't have anything to do with Trump. When I tell you I don't agree with what the Democrats is doing, it don't have anything to do with Republicans. It has everything to do with God. Everything. Every time I see somebody promoting democratic policies, all I could think to myself is, they don't have God in their life. And we should be praying for those people, not condemning them. We should be praying for them. Because that's a mental illness. To believe that parents shouldn't have any rights to, American parents shouldn't have any rights to their children, but illegal parents, they have rights to their children. Explain how that's not a mental illness. Explain to me how that's not manipulation. Explain to me how that's not narcissism. These people are mentally ill, fam. And they're just catering to the mentally ill people of America. And that's why they only have like a 20-something% approval right now. They don't want to talk about that, though. They don't want to talk about how 70-something% of Americans agree with Trump. They don't want to talk about how 80% of Americans like Trump's speech. They rather just lie to you and say Trump's unpopular. They rather just lie to you. Why do you think they feel so comfortable lying to you? God provides for me. Humans don't. When God thinks that I need something, he sends a human to come bring it to me. But God provides. So when people are fighting against me, they're fighting against God. Because I try to align everything that I do with God. Do I fall short? I have to. I have no choice because none of us can be perfect. Why can none of us be perfect? Because God deemed it so. So I try to align with God as much as I can. I fall short like anybody else. But think about some of the things people are saying about me when they're trying to denigrate me and speak negatively about me. They try to tell you all the things that I'm great at. They see me do a thing that I'm good at, and they try to convince you that you shouldn't allow me to do it because I'm good at it. Now, anything I'm bad at, they tell you I should be doing that. Anything that's hurtful, harmful, they tell you I should be doing that. And that's why the Republicans are going to stay in office. Because there's more people in America that do not have mental illnesses than that does. I was talking with Coach the other day and I had to explain something. I said, look, Coach, when you see me, and we wasn't talking that from an adversarial point of view, we were just having a discussion. And I was like, so when you see me not deal with a person or not deal with a situation, that's because I consider myself to be above that situation. I consider whatever that is going down there to be beneath me. I think us as human beings should consider a lot of shit to be beneath us. Some shit should just be beneath us. Some shit should just be, that's just low. I'm not there. I just don't do that. That's low. The type of person that does that thing is the type of qualities that would need for a person to think that that's an okay thing to do. I don't have. And if I did that, I would be lowering who I am as a person. So the people that hate me is always trying to convince you that I should lower my standards and not be above things like God wants us to be. God doesn't want us to deal with certain things because we should be above it. So the people that hate me are always trying to convince you to try to bully me into doing shit that God don't want me to do. And then when I don't do it, they tell you I'm crazy. Now do you understand why I keep telling you these people that don't like me are Satan worshipers? Pay attention to the thing that they're saying that they don't like me doing. And pay attention to how they lie about it. It's the same way the Democrats lie. Because those type of energy and that type of lies coming from the same place. Satan. These people that don't like me, Satan. These people that's out here following me around, Satan. These Democrats that want to turn your little boy into a little girl, Satan. These Democrats that believe that parents should have their rights stripped from them if they don't agree with this gender, whatever the hell, agenda, Satan. How can you not be above shit like this? So I'm just above certain shit. Certain shit I consider to be beneath me. And I also think it should be beneath you. So this is not me thinking I'm better than anybody else. I think it should be beneath you also. The fact that it isn't has me worried. Or concerned. Not worried, but like, You should be above certain things. Certain things should be below you. God made us in his image. And y'all out here acting like nothing is below you. If nothing is below you, that means you're at the lowest point. That means that everything is better than you. So nothing is below you. Nothing is too low for you to do. Nothing. That means everything is above you. And that means that you are below everything and everyone. So keep that in mind. Because you aren't. God made you. God made every last one of us. And we can choose to be above shit that we should be above. You can just choose. With that being said, I'm going to let y'all go. Everybody, just have a beautiful day. Go out there into the world. Do something worth doing and stamp God's name on it. We need more love of the Most High. You want to know what's the dopest thing Trump did so far? Actually, the dopest thing he did? Besides not die when they were shooting at him? Well, nope. I don't know. He brought prayer to the Oval Office. Imagine being the party that hates the guy that brought prayer to the Oval Office when so many people are taking Jesus and God out of everyday life. And he brought prayer to the Oval Office. That's the dopest thing he did. By far. And for those that don't understand what he was actually doing, Democrats are going to lose. Because if you understand the Bible, you know what he was actually doing. If you understand the Bible, you know what he was actually doing. Let's play a verse before we get up out of here. What's our verse of the day? They didn't send me one today so far, I don't think. So we'll just go actively look for it. Let me see if they sent it first. If they didn't send me a verse of the day, I'll go see what it is. Now, they didn't send it. Okay, let's read the verse of the day. Verse of the day, Philippians chapter 1, verse 21. For me to live is Christ, and to die is gain. For me to live is Christ, and to die is gain. Can we read full chapter? I'm just going to read this chapter. It's going to be verse 21 to verse 26. It says, for me to live is Christ, and to die is gain. But if I live in the flesh, this is the fruit of my labor. Yet what I shall choose, I wot not. For I am in a strait between two, having a desire to depart and to be with Christ, which is far better. Nevertheless, to abide in the flesh is more meaningful for you. And having this confidence, I know that I shall abide and continue with you, all for your furtherance and joy of faith, that your rejoicing may be more abundant in Christ Jesus for me by my coming to you again. I'm assuming that there's so many other verses that I have to read to get this properly contextualized, and we don't have the time. I'm speed reading. Give me a second. We don't have the time. I don't have to read too much stuff. But that was the verse of the day. Go check out that entire chapter. That the best way I could put it. Go check out the entire chapter. But once again, and I'm so sure that has something to do with what we've been talking about today. I'm so sure. I'm so sure. For me to live is Christ, and to die is gain. Let's just hope we are all living in the body of Christ before we die. Let's just hope that that's happening. That being said, I love y'all. Go out there into the world, do something worth doing, and stamp God's name on it, and let people know that you come in the name of God. Like, comment, subscribe. Join the notification gang. Hashtag Bronx Boomers. Let's get it. I love y'all. Take care of each other. Hug the kids for me. I haven't forgotten about you. That's all I got on this one. I'm out.
Hey! Is the noon train on time?
Supposed to be.